everyone, this is Katlawa and welcome back to my channel. Hello. To my returning subscribers, you know the vibes, to the first time watchers, hey, welcome to the club. It's nice to have you. Let's take this moment for everyone to get on the same page and just click on that subscribe button. Just subscribe. So just get out of the way, just subscribe. Okay, so now that we're all subscribed, we can get into today's video. For today's video, I thought we should have a little chit chat where I talk to you guys about everything that's happening. I'm going to give you a little life update on my side with the whole corona thing and the lockdown. Also, I will be sharing tips how to stay calm, you know, be a little bit less anxious, and how I've been staying a little bit less anxious during this time. And I want to share it with you guys because I know I'm not the only one who is just really anxious right now, really anxious right now. A lot is happening, it's scary. There's a lot of uncertainty for me personally in terms of like work, and I'm sure like maybe you guys are going through the same thing. Like, you're scared about how long this lockdown is gonna last, and if you have a job after this, you know, that's a very scary thing to go through. And I know a lot of you are going through these emotions and all of that, so I thought it would be nice to kind of try and help you, you know, the way I've been trying to help myself. Before we get into all of that, I just wanted to start this video off with a nice breathing exercise, something that I've been doing for the past couple of weeks since I've seen it on Twitter, and you know, it's been helping me to just breathe, you know, just breathe and calm down and, you know, just recenter myself. I saw it on Twitter, and it's from a Twitter user that I know, Pemi. She is a life coach, and yeah, the breathing exercise, this is how it goes. You're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, you're going to hold it for 4 seconds, and then you're going to release for 4 seconds, and then you're going to repeat that process 4 times. So let's just all do it together. I'm gonna join in with you guys, and so I can't count and breathe at the same time. So let's do it all together now. Breathe in, and we're back. I don't know if you feel it at home, but hopefully you do. You just feel a little bit lighter, a little bit more calmer, and yeah, just shout out to Pemi for putting that out on Twitter for us. Another thing that I'm really getting into right now on her social media page is Meditation Mondays, where she posts a meditation video every Monday at 7 p.m. and you know, we just breathe together, relax together. So yeah, go check out her social media pages and yeah, show her some love. Let's do a little live update before we go into the tips. So right now we are on lockdown. South Africa is on national lockdown. I think we're on day 5 or 6, I'm not too sure right now. It's supposed to last 21 days. No work, no school, no going outside, none of that. Okay, we're all in the house except the essential workers. But before like the whole corona thing happened, the whole lockdown thing happened, I was already feeling super anxious because 2019 was quite a good year for me, and I came into 2020 with all these new jobs, all these new opportunities with all these brands, and you know, work is work. So I'm worried about being able to produce the amount of work that these brands are asking from me, right? And also at the same time, I'm worried about my 9 to 5. So already 2 months ago, I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. There's so much work. I hope I didn't put too much on my plate. I hope this is not too much for me to handle. Oh my god, right? What gave me more anxiety was the Beauty Revolution gig. I was given the opportunity to go to Beauty Revolution and to co-host a masterclass with Candy & Co, the salon. Now that anxiety was now, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in front of people, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna host a masterclass, and you know, with the corona was starting to like come into South Africa at that time, so I was already worried about going up and down between Pretoria and Joburg, Pretoria and Joburg, Pretoria and Joburg. What if I catch something on the train, whatever. But you know, and also just stage fright, a little bit of stage fright, because you know, being on stage is not the easiest thing. Maybe when I'm on stage and hosting and talking to you guys, it looks super natural and super easy to me. The weeks leading to that, the days leading to that are a shit show. I am a nervous wreck. That's why, like, a lot of the times before I go on stage, I usually do a little dance just to get in my, you know, to get in my zone, because dancing is a comfort zone for me. But anyway, Beauty Revolution, more anxiety. Beauty Revolution came, it passed, it was amazing, lovely opportunity. I love meeting every one of you who were there. And now, the weekend after Beauty Revolution, Cyril Ramaphosa, our president, asked us to self-isolate. Okay, cool. We were self-isolating. Then the next week, on the Monday, he addressed us again and he told us about the shutdown. Now, as you can imagine, because I'm already on edge because of all the work that I have to do, I'm just like, wow, I am gonna get sick and die. You know what I'm saying? I am gonna catch corona and die. So I was anxious over that. Then on the Tuesday, I got a phone call from my mom, and she told me that a family member had passed away. So as you can imagine, the past week was filled with so much anxiety and so much sadness and all of this while trying to prepare for the lockdown. You know, it was a lot. So going into the lockdown, mentally for me, things were like, oh man, they went from on the edge to complete chaos. That's the reason why I felt like going into these 21 days, I really need to buckle down and make sure I'm okay, so I can be able to not only make it through these 21 days, but make it out of these 21 days, you know, and make it out okay. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about these things that I've been doing these past couple of days, or these attitude changes that I have been implementing these past couple of days to make me feel better, you know, to make me breathe better. So step number one, I kind of started in a place where I had to acknowledge with myself that I'm not okay. You know, I had to acknowledge that, because I think a lot of the times we just go through the motions and we don't even acknowledge the fact that we have a problem that we have to focus in and solve. You know, it won't make itself better. Once you acknowledge that you're not okay, and once you accept that you're not okay, you can start to comfort with yourself with the fact that it's okay not to be okay, you know. In this current climate, things are crazy. There's so much uncertainty, there's so much stress, there's so much anxiety just surrounding this current climate, that, you know, it's not only okay to not be okay right now, but it's normal. It's normal. You can tell your friends, you know, text them about how you're feeling. Get into journaling. Journal, write down how you feel. Call your siblings, call your parents, call your cousins, you know, talk to them. There are people in your life who care about you. There are hotlines for suicide, there are hotlines for domestic violence, there are hotlines, you know, there are a lot of places where you can just call and get some help. I'll put that down in my description box, and hopefully if you're not feeling okay, you can always revisit this video and just go make that call. Tip number 2, you want to start a routine. Now, the reason you want to do that is because your life has drastically changed. You no longer have the freedom to go to work, you no longer have the freedom to go out and meet your friends, to go eat somewhere, you no longer have any type of freedom to leave, you cannot go outside. So now you're stuck in the house, you're stuck in the apartment, you're stuck in your room. You need to create a routine so you can get through your days. What that means is that if you are one of those people who would wake up early, team 5 a.m, wake up early, go exercise before you go to work, wake up, exercise at home before you start working. If you are like a student and maybe you live at home, you still need a routine, because your routine was centered around going to school or going to the library or going to, you know, study groups or whatever. So you can wake up in the morning, clean, cook, whatever. Then from this time to that time, you're studying, you're in a group study video call, you're in a Just create a routine that fits your life, whether you work, whether you study, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad. Just create a routine that will not only help you get through your days and be somewhat productive, but will also give you some sense of stability. But also remember that in your routine there has to be time for rest, you know, especially when like things are so tense, you know, when you are super anxious and you don't want to bombard yourself with so much work that you forget to take care of yourself and you forget to rest. It's very important to make provision in your routine for that rest, for that nap, for catching up on your favorite shows, doing things that will make you feel good, not only doing things to, you know, up your productivity, but doing things that make you feel good. So I have a good mix of being productive and being happy in your routine. Yes? Yes? Okay. Now tip number 3 comes in terms of people who are not on leave, and students who have to work during this time. Remember, it's okay not to be super productive at this time. Earlier this morning, I was on Twitter and I saw a tweet that read, "We are not working from home. We are at home during a pandemic trying to do some work." And I think it's very important to recognize and acknowledge the difference in those two statements, because one of them is kind of like, I just chose not to go to the office. It's a normal day, but for some reason I chose not to go to the office, so I'm working from home. Whereas the other one is, you cannot go outside. Things are so bad in the world right now that you have to stay inside, and while you're inside you're going to try and get some work, you know. So it's okay if sometimes you wake up and you feel like, can't do everything on my to-do list. It's perfectly fine. It's okay not to be super productive every single day during this period. My next tip, I think, is a very important one, especially if you're like me and you're very active on social media. Look, you just want to be careful with social media, okay, during this time. Like, there's a lot happening on social media right now. There's a side where it's challenges, it's super fun, it's whatever, and that's great, you know. But there's also the side where it's like super depressing, anxiety causing, just stressful. It's stressful. The news updates are stressful, you know. So during this time, I want you to be careful with social media, to try and limit your time on social media, especially if you're not feeling okay, and if you're feeling like things can disrupt your mental state more than you already feel right now. Just be careful of social media. I'm not saying don't keep yourself informed. It's very important to keep yourself informed during these times, but at the same time, you don't have to riddle yourself or burden yourself with every stressful headline that is on Twitter, that is on some news website, that is on Instagram, that is on TikTok, that is on YouTube, that is on any social media platform, even on WhatsApp. As amazing as it is in terms of distractions, in terms of entertainment and making you laugh and getting you out of a bad mood, it can get you into a real bad mood real fast. So be careful with social media. So another thing about social media that I've been doing for a while, it's not only starting now, but I have been trying to improve my social media experiences. So I have cleared my feeds and timelines and only following or trying to only follow things that inspire me, motivate me, make me feel good. I try to lessen the stress, lessen the attitudes, the bad spirits. Jesus, just keep them away from me, keep them away from me. Every time I open up my Instagram, I want to see something that's gonna make me feel like, damn, the world's so beautiful, you know. Or every time I open up my Twitter, I want to see something funny, you know. I want to see something beautiful. I want to see people create. I want to see people sharing information. I don't only want to see arguing and I watch reality TV for that, which is also very entertaining. But yes, that's something you can also try on social media. My next tip is kind of like an attitude change. You know, it's something you can tell yourself over and over again every single day when you're not feeling so good, just to remind yourself that things will get better. You know, things will be okay. We won't be in this situation forever. We won't feel uncertain forever. You won't feel anxious forever. Things will be okay. And it's very important to know this, because there are going to be days during this lockdown period where you do not feel okay. You know, where you just wake up feeling crappy and you feel like, I can't do anything today, I just have to stay in bed all day. And it's okay, it's okay. And sometimes the only thing that can give you some type of refuge and comfort is that things will get better, you know. Today I feel bad, but tomorrow I'll probably feel okay. I even say that when I'm doing my breathing exercise sometimes. I'm just like, things will get better. You know, and it works. It really does work, because I think the more we tell ourselves something, the more we believe it. So I think that's how it works. Keep repeating positive things to yourself during this time. Whether it's a positive thing about yourself, whether it's a positive thing about your work, whether it's a positive thing about, you know, the situation we're in currently, just try and be positive and remember that things will be okay and things will get better. You're not in this alone, South Africa. You're not in this alone. The whole world is going through this. All of us are going through this. Some people have it harder than others. Some people have it easier than others. But at the end of the day, we are all in this, and it will get better. It will get better. You may not feel like it now, but it will get better. The butlungs pell, guys. They pell. Definitely, like, you know, tough times don't last forever. Now for my last tip. Now this is going to be a hard one for a lot of us, because we are used to being such meanies, especially to ourselves. You know, we are our own biggest critics, we are our own biggest haters. So this one may be a little bit hard, but it will make the most lasting difference in your life. This is something I have been doing since I went to a therapist in 2017, I think. I'm not too sure, but at the end of our first therapy session, she told me that you need to change your internal dialogue. You know, you need to change all the bad things you say to yourself about yourself. It needs to be positive. Yeah, that's very important during these tough times, and during any tough time, you know, you have to be that soft, gentle space for yourself. You know, you don't need to be bringing negative vibes around yourself, to the people around you. You don't need that. Nobody needs that. So just be a little bit kinder in these times. Be a little bit more forgiving. Be a little bit more gentle with not only yourself but the people around you. You know, it's not easy for anyone being cooped up with other people, or even by yourself. You know, it's not easy. So be kinder, be gentle, be more forgiving. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I really hope you can not only apply these tips during this time, but you can apply them through any tough time that you're having. You know, when you have a tough time, it kind of puts you in a place where you're not sure about anything, whether it's yourself, your work. You know, you're just not sure, you're uncertain, you're anxious, you're scared. You know, it's a lot, and doing these things will kind of help lighten the load, I guess. It has lightened my load. It's made me a little bit more happier, but yeah, which is quite important when you're going through a tough time. You need to get through it. Like, there's no other way to get through this lockdown or to get through a tough time but to go through it. You have to go through it, get through it, and be on the other side standing okay, still intact, and a little bit more kindness, a little bit more gentleness, positivity, a little bit more routine over here, some rest over there, drinking your water here over here, washing your hands. You know, all of that works all in unison to make you feel better and work and live better. I don't think that happiness is a one-stop shop. You know, you can just get one thing and then all of a sudden you're happy. No, you have to do things in every sector of your life to make sure that you're okay and you're happy. And that's what my tips are all about. I'm gonna go now. I've been talking for a minute. Okay, I've been talking for a minute and I have other things to go do. Today is my super productive day. So I woke up early, did my makeup. You know, now I'm gonna go and clean or something like that. But yeah, today I'm being quite productive. I'm done shooting, and yeah, I'm just gonna go enjoy the rest of my day and try to stay stress-free. You know, be positive, be gentle, be kind, be forgiving, rest, wash my hands, wash my body, use sanitizer, take my vitamins, you know, just make sure all of me is okay. And that's all I ask for from any of you guys watching at home. Just do things to make sure all of you is okay. You know, just don't be super productive and ignore your mental state during this time. But yeah, that is it from me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please comment, like, and subscribe this. Please share this on your social medias and on, you know, amongst your friend groups or your social circles, because you don't know who may need this during this time, and you don't know what conversation it may open with you and a loved one. And I will see you on my next video. Goodbye.